Welcome to my videos, my blog. In this time, I'm going to talk about the UEFA Champions League 2024-2025 quarterfinals first leg games. Well, today and yesterday were played the first game in the quarterfinal first leg, where we had a lot of surprise, and I think that three of the four games are defined, or I think that all the games are defined, all the series are defined, and I think that we have in this first leg were defined the teams that will qualify to the semifinals. But let's see. Well, yesterday we had two games. The first game, the Arsenal did a surprise and defeated 3-0 Real Madrid. To be honest, I didn't expect that the Arsenal were gonna to win this game. Even I thought that if they're gonna to win this game, they're gonna to be by only one goal, or they were gonna to tie this game. But I never thought that the Arsenal were gonna to dominate this game, because they play a tremendous game, and Real Madrid suffer a lot and they play a very ugly game. But in the end, most of the time, the Real Madrid had been playing a very ugly and bad game. But in the end, because is top star, for the reason they have won the games. About this game, Arsenal dominated the game from the beginning to the end, where thanks to the Clan Rice that he scored two golazos, two free kicks, where he led the victory to the Arsenal. There in a tremendous play, Mikel Merino scored a third one, and Arsenal won the game 3-0. I will say that this game is over, but to be honest, I never can bet against Real Madrid, because I have seen games where Real Madrid is almost dead, or is almost finished, and in the end they recovered and they won the game. Now the Arsenal have the advantage of 3 goals for the second leg. And yesterday, Inter Milan traveled to Germany and defeated 2-1 Bayern. This was a very close game. I'm not gonna lie. I think that the Bayern had the necessity to win this game because they were playing at home. Where I think that the Inter Milan played a very smart game, because they only needed to win the game. I think the Inter Milan only wanted the tie, but in the end they got the victory, and they are almost qualified to the next round. How I told you, Bayern Munich was the team that attacked more, because it was a necessity, because they needed to get the victory, and Inter Milan decided to play a tremendous game, where they decide and a smart game, to defend and then counter attack. Where in the minute 38, in a tremendous game, Lautaro Martinez scored a golazo, and Inter Milan were leading the game 1-0 in the halftime, where they were the best team in the first half. In the second half, Bayern Munich, for the necessity to win this game or minimum tie, they attacked more, and they were attacking. And when we talked that the Inter Milan were going to win this game by 1-0, in the minute 85, Thomas Müller scored the equalizer, and the game was 1-1. And in that moment, I thought that the game was going to be over, and the second leg will be open. But 3 minutes later, Davide Fratesi scored the Inter Milan second goal, and the Inter Milan won the game 2-1. And I think that this series is over, because I see very difficult that the Bayern Munich can win in the second leg. And today's game, we have two easy games that I think that the both series are defined. But in the first game, PSG defeated Aston Villa 3-1. About this game, PSG didn't have any problem, and they won this game easily 3-1. But to be honest, I thought that the PSG didn't take advantage of the dominance that they did in this game, and they should have won this game minimum by 4 or 5 goal difference, because they dominate this game. And I think that Aston Villa still have possibilities to minimum for the game to the overtime, because the difference in this game was only 2 goal difference. And I think that Aston Villa have the opportunity to minimum to win the game in the second leg by 2 goal difference and force overtime. How I told you, PSG was the best team, and they deserve this victory. But I think that this series is still open. And in the other game, Barcelona didn't have any problem and defeated 4-0 Dortmund. About this game, Barcelona was the best team. They dominate the Dortmund. Barcelona had an easy game, and they should have won this game by another 2 or 3 goal difference, maybe by 6 goal difference, because they play a tremendous game. I think that this series is over, because I don't see how Dortmund can win the second leg by 4 goal difference, and and minimum for the overtime, but everything can happen. So what's next? The next week, the next Tuesday, April 15, and the next Wednesday, April 16, we have the second next game, where the next April we'll have the first two games where Borussia Dortmund will receive the Barcelona in in Dortmund, Germany. And remember that the Dortmund need to win this game minimum win this game by 4 goal difference to force overtime, or win this game by 5 or more goal difference to qualify to the next round. So I see very difficult that this can happen, because Barcelona is very difficult that they are going to allow 4 goals, and and the most probably that the Dortmund are going to attack, and they are going to leave spaces, and the Barcelona are going to take advantage of that. So I think that in this game, the second leg, Barcelona the game is going to finish in a tie, and Barcelona is going to qualify to the semi-finals. And in the other game, the Aston Villa will receive the PSG. They're in London, England. Remember that the Paris won the first leg 3-1, so Aston Villa need to win this game by 2 goal difference to force overtime, or to win this game by 3 or more goal difference to win this series. I see very difficult that the Aston Villa can defeat for 2 goals the PSG, but it's not impossible. So I think that the Aston Villa is going to try, but I don't see how Aston Villa can win this game by 2 goal difference. So I think that the PSG are going to win this game. I think that by more than 2 goal difference, because the Aston Villa is going to let spaces, and the PSG is going to qualify to the semi-finals. And in the last two games that will be played the next Wednesday, April 16, in the first game, the Inter will receive the Bayern München. They're in Milan, Italy. Remember that Inter had the advantage where they won 2-1 in the first leg yesterday. So Bayern Munich need to win this game minimum by 1 goal difference to force the overtime, or to win this game by two or more goal difference to win this game. To be honest, I see very difficult that the Inter can lose this game. It can happen, but I think that the Inter is better team in this moment, the Bayern, and because they will play in home, I see very difficult that the Bayern can win this game. So I think that the Bayern are going to attack a lot. They're going to let a lot of spaces. I think that the Inter are going to take advantage of that, and I think that the Inter is going to win this game by 1 or 2 goal difference, and the Inter is going to qualify to the semi-finals. And in the last game, the Real Madrid will receive the Arsenal. They're in Madrid, Spain. Remember that the Arsenal won the first leg 2-0. About this game, Real Madrid need to win this game by 3 goal difference to force overtime, or win this game by 4 or more goal difference to win this series. To be honest, this is not impossible to Real Madrid, because I have seen how Real Madrid have overcome a lot of bad results, where they resolve the games in the last overcome in the last minutes, where they were losing by 2 or 3 goal difference. So it's not impossible, but it's very difficult. To be honest, I think that if the Arsenal want to eliminate the Real Madrid, they need to continue attacking Real Madrid. I think that Real Madrid is going to attack more. They're going to be very aggressive, and Arsenal need to avoid that the Real Madrid don't score in the first minutes of the game. If not, then maybe the game is over. I don't want to bet against Real Madrid, because they are the reigning champion team of this tournament and the king of this competition, because they have 15 trophies. But in the end, I see very difficult that the Arsenal is going to stop to attack. I think the Arsenal is going to attack. So I think that this game is going to finish in a tie, and I think the Arsenal is going to qualify. So in my opinion, the semi-finals, the teams that will qualify to the semi-finals will be Barcelona, PSG, Inter, and Arsenal, but let's see. So in this video, I talk about what happened this week, where this week were played the quarterfinals first leg game, where yesterday Arsenal did a surprise and defeated 3-0 Real Madrid, and Inter traveled to Germany and defeated 2-1 Bayern München. And today, the PSG didn't have any problem and defeated Aston Villa 3-1, and Barcelona didn't have any problem and defeated 4-0 the Dortmund. The next week will be played the second leg games, where I think that the teams that will qualify to the semi-final will be Barcelona, PSG, Inter, and Arsenal. But let's see. So I hope you like this video, and if you have any comments or suggestions, you can write me in any social media platform. So see you next video. Gibran.